Hi Libra, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of October. This is your birthday season, so I want to wish you a very happy birthday. I know it's a tough time to celebrate your birthday during this very difficult time in the world, but I hope you do yourself and to set intentions for what you want to manifest from this birthday to the next. And we also are dealing with very heated energy because Mars has been retrograde in Aries since September 9th, and it's retrograding in your house of relationships and partnerships. And it stations direct on November 13th at 15 degrees of Aries. And when it initially stationed retrograde, it was at 28 degrees, so the second to final degree of Aries. And Mars hasn't retrograded in Aries since 1988, so it doesn't happen very frequently. And for you, it's really reviewing your partnerships. That is, the seventh house is the Libra house in solar astrology. For you, Aries is your seventh house of partnerships because it's your opposite sign. But nonetheless, this is a time for you to review how you can be more powerful in your relationships, how you can stand up for yourself, but yet use your Libra charm. Maybe there are certain relationships that might have some friction with Mars retrograde because Mars doesn't like being retrograde. It loves being in Aries, but it does not like being held back. And it's also squaring off with the planets in Capricorn. And Capricorn rules your house of home and family and emotional foundation. And so therefore there could be issues with, family situations, or that's another area that it could be manifesting for you. But with that said, I feel that use this retrograde and the full moon to work on what you want to heal around relationships. And then on the 2nd of October, Venus exits the sign of Leo and enters the sign of Virgo, where it'll be until October 27th when it enters your sign. And Venus is transiting in your 12th house of the imagination, of dreams. It's very creative, so pay attention to your dreams. It's a very nice work for manifesting energy and also just for finding solace at home in a way, within yourself. Because again, relationships are going to cause some strife in some ways. So just reflecting on what makes you happy spiritually with Venus in your 12th house. On the 4th of October, that's when things start to really get heated up because Pluto, which is one of the main players of the year, and Pluto met up with Saturn at the world axis on January 12th at 22 degrees of Capricorn. And Pluto stations direct on October 4th at 22 degrees, directly triggering that conjunction that changed the world. And we feel that energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And that could bring us more information about the pandemic, about the economy. You can expect big world events, stories in your own life, and people around you. And Mars gets to 22 degrees of Aries on October 8th, and then it squares Pluto in the sky directly on October 9th. So that's a very belligerent energy and combative. So people are going to be looking for a fight. You can expect that energy as well. And so again, try to, as much as you can, review your relationships. So there are certain ones that are really challenging you. Maybe take a step back. Try to find ways, again, with Venus in the 12th house, to do some spiritual healing work around partnerships, around your own value and what you love, because Venus does rule your sign, but that Mars energy is strong, and Mars square Pluto is not an easy energy, and it's a lot around power struggles, okay? And then on the 10th of October, Venus in Virgo, in your 12th house of the imagination, is going to form a trine to Uranus in Taurus. And that's a really nice energy. That's Taurus. It's a very creative energy, very innovative, so that's a day to target. And on the 11th of October, the sun in Libra, in your sign, squares Jupiter in Capricorn, and that could just be an excessive day, a lot going on. The whole Capricorn tale for you of restructuring has been around home and family and your own emotional foundation. And that's really, Saturn's been in that house for you now since the very end of 2017, and really certain, endings with that, but also rebuilding what gives you comfort. And on the, on the 12th of October, we have Jupiter in Capricorn, the Grand Benefic, forming a sextile to Neptune in Pisces. And that's really nice energy, because that's really good for manifesting and for just bringing a lot of creativity. And again, Jupiter is transiting in your house of home and family and emotional foundation, and Neptune is transiting in your house of higher learning and education and hope and manifesting. So that's a really good day to target. And on the 13th of October, Mercury retrogrades in Libra, in your second house of income and what you value. And this mirrors what happened in the fall of 2018. Venus retrograded in Scorpio on October 5th at 10 degrees and 50 minutes of Scorpio, and it's stationed direct on November 17th at 25 degrees of your sign of Libra. So just the same, Mercury is retrograding on October 13th at 11 degrees of Scorpio, and it stations direct on November 3rd at 25 degrees of Libra. So it's going from your house of income and what you value to your house of self. So it's, again, reassessing those areas of your life, how you're earning money, what you value, reassessing things in your own life, your identity, yourself, your body. The first house also can deal with the physical body. So that is something that will be a big review period for you. And on October 16th, we have a new moon in your sign that occurs at 3:31 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 23 degrees of Libra. It's in your house of new beginnings and house of self. It is making challenging aspects. A new moon is always a time to set new intentions and a time of new beginnings, but this new moon is forming an opposition to Mars and Chiron, but to Mars in your house of partnerships and relationships, to Eris, the goddess of discord, and they're all squaring Pluto in your house of emotional foundation. So that new moon is a time of setting intentions of what you want to commence and begin in your life, but also recognizing that there are challenging influences in this. You know, we're not yet done with the Capricorn story of restructuring, and for you it's really about getting your needs met and a lot around home and family and comfort. And on the 18th of October, the sun in your sign squares Saturn in Capricorn, and that can feel restrictive. Capricorn, again, Saturn's transiting in your house of home, and Venus in Virgo in your 12th house of secrets and hidden information forms an opposition to Neptune in your house of work. And so that could be, that's not a great day for partnering, and there could be deceptive influences at play. And then we have, let's see here, on the 22nd of October, the sun exits your sign and enters the sign of Scorpio, where it'll be until November 21st, and it's transiting in your house of money and income and what you value. So that's good for financial opportunities. And on the 27th of October, Mercury exits the sign of Scorpio and enters your sign, and it stations direct on November 3rd at 25 degrees of Libra. But so Mercury is re-entering your sign, giving you a lot of time to do some deep thinking of what you want to repair in your life, and just doing some searching within. And the other good news, though, of that day is that Venus, the ruler of your chart, is entering your sign, and it will be there until November 21st. Venus loves being in Libra. It rules the sign of Libra. It's very charming and just social and pleasant energy, which we all need right now, particularly with Mars retrograde in Aries. So that will also be good for your love life with Venus transiting in your first house. So that'll be a really nice energy, and for partnering with people in many different ways. And on the 31st of October, on Halloween, we have a full moon in Taurus that occurs at 8 degrees of Taurus, and it's conjunct Uranus, the planet of the unexpected and of chaos, and that falls in your 8th house of other people's money and joint resources. So maybe there's unexpected financial gains, maybe there's completion to a project you've been working on and some money that comes to you. But nonetheless, that's going to be, we have 2 full moons and 1 new moon this month, and Mars retrograde and Mercury will be retrograding mid-month. So 2 planets retrograde, 2 personal planets, and a lot of combative energies with Mars. So we want to find ways to temper that energy and to keep our sanity. So I wish you a lot of luck, and thank you very much, and happy birthday. Okay, take care.